We can do the same thing for the move tool here. I've got that set to a hotkey. Control-Shift-X for view, Control-Shift-C for screen here. And when you combine that with, for example, face constraints, you get this fast technique of being able just to quickly adjust your flow right here to model various details here. Another interesting technique is to use multi-sub-objects to help you model. For example, right now you can see me going back and forth between polygon and vertex because I want to see what my polygon selection is, but I want to adjust the actual vertices. So I'm kind of going back and forth here, then press 4 to go back to polygon. So what I can do is create a multi-subobject material just by pressing M. So for example, multi-subobject material right here, and I'll just create a new standard material right here, right click, hide unused node slot, double click here to make this larger here. Just increase the speckle level and glossiness here. This is a good modeling material here. You can actually set this to be, let's say, 70 and this to be, let's say, 35. And this will allow you to see your topology very well. This goes into 1, make a copy, and this goes into 2. I'll make this second one darker here. Alright, and I'll just double click here, set number, just have this be 2. There we go, so 1, 2. And now I can apply this. And first of all, I can just select all the polygons and make this 1. And now I can select the ones I want to work with here. And let's say also right here. Alright, and I'll set this to be 2. So now the colors are actually different here. I don't have to switch back to the polygon level all the time. I can just stay in vertex level or edge level and just move things around here. But notice how at this angle here, even though this is a different material right here, it looks the same because of the reflections here. So just kind of move your camera a little bit so you're not thrown off. And another benefit of this is I can quickly select all this just by going on the bottom here and select ID, set that to be 2, and select, and there we go. So for example, for this I can extrude this out here. And this also helps with design as well, because now with a dull gray material right here, it's kind of looks more interesting as well. Well, in this case, the speckle level may be a little bit too high here. So I may want to decrease that. So here I just turn off Open Subdiv. And so we can actually use creasing and mesh smooth without having to use OpenSubdiv here, because the mesh smooth modifier will respect the edge creasing. So for example, let's say here I will first block out my general shape just by selecting polygons here. Let's say like this. Let's say I want there to be kind of a angle right here, so I can just cut here. After cutting, what I can do is just target weld right here and then remove these edges to fix up the topology right here. And also cut right here. Alright, then I can select these polygons and then bevel and then scale. So what I would do is just click on the polygon, hold shift and click to loop this, hold shift and click here to convert to the border edges, and let's say give this a crease value. I can select all the polygons and then just mesh smooth right here, and notice how it maintains the perfect sharpness right here. If these edges were not creased, if I now use mesh smooth, it will get a smooth result right here. So there we go. So I can simplify this. I'm not worried about this right now. I just want to focus on this detail here and show you how I can use other techniques right here. So for example, here I can insert, let's say, a loop right here. And let's say I want to have, let's say, a curved result right here. So what I can do is then use, let's say, cut right here to get this. Then I can select this. So that's how we have this more curved result right here. And what I can even do is, let's say, select this and let's say scale on the y-axis to get looking more curved here. Edge constraints. There we go. So I've got this kind of curve right here. And now I can bevel, height and outline mask 0, play it on the z-axis, activate snaps, vertex snaps, and then snap right here, and then select this, weld. There we go. And then for example, I also want this to be even here. So press S for snaps, Alt the axis constraints, y-axis active, and then snap it right here. And then I've got this nice little detail here which I can model in. And notice how I get this strange result right here. So what I can do is simply select these vertices here and just move this to left until it's fixed. Just like that. I can do the same for this as well. So notice how I first create a space for it, and I can also model this detail in right here. And another example right here. First I'll just select this, make it planar on the x-axis right here. Alright, and then I can use cut, bevel, planar, move, snap. Weld. Inset, scale, regularizer. And there we go. So after applying crease set, I've got these edges selected right here, and I've given them a crease set right here. What I can also do, for example, is just select these edges here and add them as well. And so now I can apply a poly on top. So with Open Subdiv, because these edges are creased, I've got this detail right here, and I can continue working with it here. So I can, for example, just select this and move it here. And then here I can either select these and use center, or select these and use straight, and do the same for this right here. And so now I've got this kind of interesting detail right here. So now I know how to create a variety of interesting looking details right here. Thank you for watching and take care.